Welcome to this week's Crusader Coaches Show. We're joined by head track and field coach John Spatz. Wanted to have a few of the athletes on, but it was such a big weekend with school records and national qualifying marks. We probably wouldn't have time to talk to all of the outstanding performers this week, so have Coach Spatz talk about them. Start off with what an amazing weekend. It's got to be very pleasing.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, as a coach, anytime you perform that well. And Friday night got started off, with a couple NCAA provisional marks, and Caitlin Curtis and then Peyton Lewis broke school record in the long jump and just missed the NCAA provisional by 0.01 of a meter, which I don't know what that is, but it's somewhere in there. Great start to the weekend, and then Saturday, things just continued to roll on with more school records. Remar Christie, our top sprinter guy, holds school record in the 100 and the 200. Hasn't run the hurdles for 2 years and kind of been focused on the sprints. And they strategically, maybe wisely now, they look like geniuses, chose to run the 60 hurdles, which he'd run before and run really well. But he broke the school record and hit the NCAA provisional in the 60 hurdles, and then which the event that he won, which was great against good competition. And Chelsea Knott, back to back. Almost won both hurdle titles this weekend at the meet, and then Chelsea just missed out by 0.01. So, but a school record for her and a new NCAA provisional mark as well. So, between the 2 days, things were just really exciting and going really well. It was awesome.
And then didn't mention Andrew Galbraith, new school record in the high jump. Broke the school record that was set just a couple weeks ago by Cole Hoberg, and then national provisional mark for Taylor Van Vele and the shot put. You can go on and on and on. I mean, what a great season so far.
Yeah, it's been really fun. We were a little rusty after a month off coming back those first two meets, and coaches, we were a little, oh gosh, maybe we're not as good as we hoped to be, but things are really starting to turn the corner at just the right time. We always seem to get up for the GNAC meet, and it's an important part of what we do as a program, and so we're a little more hopeful now, that we'll score some good team points here in a couple weeks at that meet, and with Taylor's shot put, that was about a 2.5 foot PR for her. Also hit the NCAA provisional for her as well. That was really neat. She's our two-sport volleyball track star, so that was really fun and a good boost for her too. Encouraged her to stick with it, and the hard work's going to pay off. And so it was an awesome weekend overall. We really enjoyed it.
Obviously, you mentioned the GNAC Championship meet, the February 20th and 21st at the Ford Idaho Center. One meet until then. Will we see a lot of kids out competing this week, or will this be a little bit more of a rest week and get some of the other kids that haven't maybe had as much competition yet a chance to compete?
Yeah, that's probably exactly right. We'll use it wisely, hopefully. We'll make some good coaching decisions and who to have compete. If they need to rest, and now's a great time to rest and get ready for the GNAC. And then some of those kids that, we can only choose 25 men and 25 women per conference rules, regulations. And so, we're looking for our best 25. And so, I've got a few kids that definitely need to compete this weekend to try and move their way up into that selection spot. So they'll be going hard and looking to punch their ticket, for the conference championships. But we're looking to rest a little bit and really load up. And the 12th year, for the GNAC championships to be here in Nampa, so it's always an opportunity and a great meet for us. We've always done pretty well being able to be at home. So.
Talk about the 25 free entries, basically. How much does that help in such a short season that is divided by Christmas to not be able to, or not to have to beat up the kids just to qualify, and that you can actually coach them and train them and get them ready properly?
Really, and that's how it works. Is it gives you an opportunity, not to have to chase marks, not to just pound kids into the ground. It's really in the best interest, I think, overall of the student athletes. And conference coaches, we were split through the decision-making process, last year on whether to do this, whether not to do it, the advantages, the disadvantages. I see it as a real advantage now for the student athlete and the coaching, because you can put them in, have them get their marks, but then you can also rest them and give them an opportunity to really maybe accomplish some things in a very short indoor season. Sometimes there's a lot of pressure and stress and injuries, and very little time to recover from those things when the season's so short. So, overall it seems to be working really well.
I know over the years covering the meet for the newspaper, you go into this thing, you have top athlete or the top one or two athletes, expectations are high. Not that many Crusaders in the top. I think Chelsea and Peyton are tops in one event. Being the underdog, is that a plus, and does that mean we'll see more champions because there isn't the pressure of having to be the number one person?
Well, I hope we have a few underdog champions, that come out of the woodwork and step up, and that's the great thing about track and field, indoor and out, is, hey, that day, when it counts, you have to be your very best of the season, and so, we look at it that way, and yeah, our kids right now, some of the teams in the conference on the women's side, Simon Fraser, Alaska Anchorage, SPU, just about the time you think you have a great recruiting class and you're going to clean up, everybody else in the GNAC gets tough as well, so it's just bad timing or whatever, but it's a great conference, and yeah, you never know what can happen in a sprint, hurdle race, or a throw or a vault, but I like our chances. I like the kids that we have. We've got a great group of student athletes here that put in a ton of work, and a coaching staff. I think I'm biased, obviously, but I think they're second to none, and they just do an incredible job getting us ready for when it counts at the championship. So,
talk about some of the kids. I mean, we can talk about the ones that had big weekends last weekend, but who do you think will be there contending for those titles and picking up all conference honors and stuff?
Well, Peyton Lewis, Chelsea Notch, Remar Christie, Taylor Van Volley, Caitlin Curtis, Susanna Fleming in the distance races, Haley Bradshaw, Isaac Mitchell, our freshman kid, Chase Cunningham. There's just a huge list, and what I love is that we're balanced across the board as a team, and those guys are all ranked, in the top 10 in their events and maybe a little higher, but anything can happen, and so we've got some great athletes that I think we'll pick up some championships we don't expect. Hopefully, don't give up any that we expect. But with our hurdle crew, we could put 5 guys in the hurdle final on the 60 hurdles if the prelims go well. That scores you a few points in an event. So Peyton Lewis and Micah and Drew and Kyle and that crew, we're gonna ask a lot of them because it's a 2-day meet, and we're gonna go, as Coach Ainsworth would say, we're gonna go all in. We're gonna put all the chips on the table and go all in and just give them a chance to earn some pretty cool opportunities. So,
well, we want to remind you guys, Saturday at the Idaho Center, Ford Idaho Center, 9 o'clock, final meet of the regular season, and then championship weekend, February 20th and 21st. Be sure to come out and cheer your Crusaders on to some victories and maybe a couple of team titles. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah, it's going to be nip and tuck on those. I think we have a chance to do well, and we'll see where the points end up there after that last event. But it should be a great weekend of track and field.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
Good
Mike.
luck the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
The Crusader men's basketball team hosted St. Martin's Thursday night, picking up the 83-70 win. The Crusaders clicked on offense, hitting a season-high 11 threes and shooting 56% from the field. Eric Kinney led the way for NNU with 19 points and 8 rebounds, while Buna Njai and Alex Bergtoff each chipped in 18 points in the victory. Also in action, the NNU baseball team opened its season with 4 games at home over the weekend, picking up wins against Concordia and British Columbia. The NNU men's basketball team was back in action Saturday night, hosting number 20 Western Oregon. The Crusaders came up just short against the Wolves, falling 66-62. Bergtoff led the way with 15, while Eric Kinney had 13 points and 8 boards, and Kevin Ryman and Mike Wright each scored 10 points in the setback for the Crusaders.